We just watched, my best friend get nailed by a farm dog, and this farmer was trying to make small talk.
I'm imagining, like, in your head, like, this hench dog coming over. Right, where is she?
Yeah. What's the next brilliant thing?
Dogs.
Oh, nice, solid.
Dogs.
What kind of dog?
I have a Rottweiler.
Right.
She's 6 years old. She's called Riot.
She's called Riot.
Riot, yeah, okay. Riot the Rottie.
She sounds terrifying.
Oh, mate, let me see if I've got a picture. She's usually my background picture on my phone, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, she's got a lovely, happy, smiley face.
Yeah, she's the kindest sort of little thing you'd ever meet. But about 50 kilos.
Why such a big dog? My rule in my house is you never have an animal in your house that you couldn't kill with your bare hands.
But
she could kill you.
No, I could punch her up. I could take her on.
Okay.
There's times where I just look at her and go, and she's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, but you've got to have that relationship. You have to be the master.
Yeah. Yeah, there was an interesting Reddit thread of this gay guy saying that his dog stopped respecting him when the dog saw him have sex with another man.
Right.
Because it saw another man mount him.
Right.
So the way the dog thinks is you've been overpowered.
Right.
So...
or the dog's a homophobe. Like, even that, the dog's like, I can't believe
Yeah, the dog's probably homophobic as well, to be fair.
But what?
So the dog stopped listening to it. Like,
I get that. Yeah. But I mean, why would you have sex with somebody in front of your dog? Like,
I don't know.
Woman or man. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't let my dog watch me beat off, let alone... kind of
but there's all sorts of weirdos out there, man, that let their dog just do.
But also the fact that he's put that on Reddit, he goes, "Oh, it's a bit of an incident."
Have you been on Reddit?
Yeah, true.
People put some of the weirdest.
But that is mad, isn't it?
Part of the family.
The dog is part of the family.
That plays together, stays together.
Sure, but I wouldn't let my son, when he's 15, come in and watch me and his mother.
You say that now.
Yeah, I say this now.
You don't know what you're into.
In the future.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not into that. I'm full panda.
Have you watched your dog? Have you watched your dog have sex?
Have I watched my dog have sex? Yeah, good point. Yeah, I've seen my first dog. He's now passed away. I remember seeing him get blown by a 3-year-old. Dog.
I was about to say.
It was a dog.
I was like, what fucking park are you at, bro?
It was a dog. And my mate's dog came round and was sort of like started noshing my dog off. And he was 14 at the time. And he looked at me as if to go, "Great day. Great day."
So you watched that. So what's the difference? Someone's letting their dog watch them.
Because I knew he wasn't long for this world. And I could see how much he enjoyed. I thought this is probably going to be his final blowjob.
Humanitarian act.
Yeah, it felt good. Yeah, I felt like Doctors
Were you
Without
holding
Borders.
his hand as well?
I did. It was real kind of, I felt like Stacey Dooley in Africa. I was helping. But I didn't, not on a regular, but on a similar case, I remember seeing my first dog when we were kids. We took her to a farm to get pregnant. It was my mum's idea when we were kids. Yeah. And it was like, you
got to leave them there, innit? And then
it was
just to get fucked.
But we just watched, like, sort of, my best friend get nailed by a farm dog, and this farmer was trying to make small talk.
I'm imagining, it like, in your head, like, this hench dog coming up.
Well, that's it.
Right, where is she?
Yeah. And he just, like, literally, in my memory, he held her tail like that, and just, which he obviously did.
Gave you a look and a wink.
Yeah, but it was like, but it was a bit like the drive.
You're right there, Russell.
The drive home. You know that bit in The Big Lebowski where they're all kind of eating In-N-Out burgers? It was like that, and Mum was like, "That was frantic." So yeah, it was frantic. But
I spayed my dog, so she doesn't do any of that.
Fine.
But the thing is,
what do you love about your dog? Let's make it light.
Do you know what? I think they're very pure, and for me, it's like when you have a bad day or a good day or whatever, and they greet you at the door, and there's just something so pure and loving about animals, and it's like knowing that this thing relies on you a lot of the time as well, but the only thing to make it happy is you being around them, and it's just such an enlightening feeling where you're like, oh, there's more to the world than my problems and stuff.
It's that thing of, as well, of throwing a ball or a stick for a dog is one of the joys, isn't it?
When a dog likes you, it just licks you and looks at you and goes...
And wags its tail.
Yeah, play with me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's just lovely. Seeing their face. I remember The first time I did live at the Apollo, when I got home, everyone was asleep. So it was just like the only thing awake was my dog, and it was just like, well, I'll just celebrate with you.
The dog's like, oh my god, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
That was great. Yeah. Did you know you're going to do that bit?
yeah.
Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird when the garage door goes up and they go, oh, that initial moment is so funny when they
my dog, when it knows the sound of my car, so when I come home, or like when she hears the car, she comes to the front door. So now though, when we're out and there's somebody with the same car, and she starts running after that, and I'm like, no, I'm here with you, you idiot. Like, that's not.
And is she off the lead? Is she?
No. The thing is, she's really great. Like when I go to a bigger park, I'll let her off the lead. But on the street, I just think the public perception around Rottweilers.
Yeah, it's a tricksy one, isn't it?
Yeah, but when people that know dogs, when they see her, they love her.
Yeah,
like she'll stop for every sort of human and be like, oh, can I just have some attention, please? Yeah, she's really good with kids and all that. But like, you know what it's like when you let a dog off the lead, people are just like terrified.
Yeah. I used to have a Jack Russell, and it's like his bark, I knew what his bark meant. His bark was like, I'm scared. But it sounds like he's going, I'm going to kill everybody.
Yeah.
It's just, it's so hard. If if there were toddlers around and they were just all a bit like that, he would be like, because he was freaked out. But it looks like,
absolutely, yeah. Like it's the same thing with her. She barely barks. The only time she'll bark is when like she sees an intruder or something like that. Otherwise, she doesn't bark. But there's like bits where like I'm playing with her and she's growling and it's playful, but other people think, oh my god, she's about to totally. Rip that toy's head off, and you're like, no, man, it's just. The thing is, I was scared of dogs, right? But then my brothers came home one day with an 8-week-old puppy, and I was like, I want nothing to do with it. And then one of them moved out of the country, and now the other one's moved out, so I've been lumbered with it.
Oh right,
yeah.
So hang on, so they
bought the dog, right. And then now I'm the one responsible for it, and
So where's your brothers gone then?
One of them lives in Dubai now, and one of them's just moved out with his missus. So it's just.
So it's just you. So what were you living with your brothers?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
and now
family home. Yeah. So
cool.
So it's like no, it's just like.
Just you.
I'm the one responsible for the dog. I guess I'll walk it every day.
Is your mum there, dad there?
Yeah. So my parents didn't want it either, but my brothers got it while my parents were away, and they came back and it's like, hey.
So that's it, yeah.
There's this little dog living in our house now, but it was when part of me is sad that I was so scared of dogs when they first got her, because I'd been chased by dogs when I was younger.
Yeah.
And like I remember being chased by like a greyhound,
which is as far as being chased by, and you ain't running.
The only thing that saved me is it was in a park and I got to the road and it got scared of like going into the road, so it stopped. But I was.
And the funny thing is, he probably just wanted to say hello.
Absolutely.
But in your head, and he's like, "Oh, this is fun," and you were dressed up as a rabbit, like that. Imagine that.